Louisiana beer reviews. Best Made Bloody Mary pickle beer. It says 12 ounce and then in parentheses brunch. 4.7% alcohol. This is a collaboration between the Best Made Pickle Company, Best Made Pickles of Fort Worth, Texas, and Martin House Brewing of Fort Worth, Texas. It's a adhesive, it's one of those shrink wrap plastic labels. This was sent to me by John in Oregon. Thank you, John. He reviewed these and he wasn't happy with them. And he said, I'll send them to you because I'm never going to drink them. I hate to see people go to the trouble and expense of sending me a beer, but he said it's just going to waste. So malt beverage with natural flavor. I would have bought this in Louisiana, but I've never seen it. I saw it one time. Somebody had brought a can from Texas and was showing it to people, but I've never seen it on the shelf. Malt beverage with natural flavor. Okay. Made in Texas by Texans. Now, I kept saying in the first two videos, the sour pickle beer and the bread and butters pickle beer, that I never seen Best Made in Louisiana. And I don't recall ever seeing Best Made pickles in Louisiana. But that face, Margie, that's the people that started the company. They modeled it after their daughter. Just a crazy looking cartoon character, Margie. But I knew I had seen Margie somewhere. It was weird, and then yesterday I was in a grocery store and I was telling somebody we never had Best Made pickles. I was telling the guy about the beer, and then I said, he was like, why? Why would you want to make a pickle beer? And then I looked on the shelf and I saw this face. I said, wait a minute, we do get it, but it's Del Dixie pickles that we get here. Get Del Dixie sour, Del Dixie spicy pickles, Del Dixie bread and butters pickles. There, a few of them in the big plastic jug bottles, the large size, like picnic size, and then the regular glass jars. And I turned the pickle jar in the back, around the back, said made by Best Made Pickles. I said, oh wait, I gotta check. So I looked at their website, and it turns out that they bought Del Dixie of Texas in 1962. Okay, that was they both started in the mid 1920s. Del Dixie, I don't know what town it was, and Best Made. And they said that it was a good buyout because Del Dixie pickles had almost the same flavor profile as theirs. So they just bought them, and they probably just used their Best Made recipe in the Del Dixie pickles and figured nobody's going to notice, and apparently they didn't. And then they said later on they start using the Margie face on the Del Dixie. So that's why we do get their pickles here, but for whatever reason under the Del Dixie name. No problem. I've never had Del Dixie pickles, so but obviously they're good because I see that they move. They're always in stock and getting restocked. So here we go. This gets a B on Beer Advocate. They say it's good. Gets a 73 on Untappd, which would be about a B. There's 17 check-ins on Beer Advocate, and there's like 5,000 check-ins on Untappd. Okay, so we see they're not really, doesn't really look like they're adding coloring. Could just be from tomatoes. Nice head. You don't usually see that on these flavored malt beverages. Probably ain't gonna hold though. It's translucent. There's bubbles. It's orange. Yeah, orange. Yellow from the beer. Red from the tomatoes. Yellow and red make orange. So that makes sense. Perfect sense. Okay. It seems like Martin House is just using a basic beer base. Whether it's an ale or lager, I do not know. But just a simple beer base. And then probably want it to be a neutral, relatively neutral beer flavor so that you get the pickle flavors exemplified. This is a low alcohol. I think the sour pickle is 5, I think. The bread and butters pickle was a malt liquor, 6.5. And this is average beer strength, 4.7. Oh, mosquitoes, you go away. And the mosquito man passed last night. I say the mosquito man, they go around and trap them all. No, he's got sprays chemicals in the air, poison. Oh, it smelled like tomatoes. It's similar, I guess it's going to be similar to like the chiladas from Dos Equis and Modelo and Tecate and Budweiser. That tomato base. Okay, taste time. Sol makes a chilada, which is very shellfish tasting. Tastes more like raw oysters. Smells like raw oysters. Or clams. This is extremely spicy. Now, if you go to New Orleans and get a Bloody Mary, typically they're going to use Tabasco. Good sauce, but it's more vinegary than spicy. They call it Tabasco hot sauce. Just like this Louisiana brand hot sauce from a guy that used to work for Tabasco, McNacklaheny. But those are nominally hot. They're more like spice sauces. They're like savory flavor sauces. They're not really hot. This, on the other hand, is clearly and definitively hot. It's spicy hot like. So, I don't know what hot sauce they're using, but it cannot be Crystal or Tabasco or Louisiana brand. I can't imagine that. Now there is a Crystal extra hot version, which I do see people buying, and I've tried it, and it is pretty hot, so it could be that. But I'm pretty sure that Texas has their own hot sauce brands that they're probably using. They're probably not bringing in ones from Avery Island, Louisiana, or St. Martinville, Louisiana, or Reserve, Louisiana. Those are 3 towns where they make a lot of hot sauce. Okay, so it's probably a hot sauce company in Fort Worth. But that is the predominant flavor. Hot sauce that is clearly hot. And if you're sensitive to heat from a sauce, run from this. You won't like it. There's definite tomato notes. Tomato juice. Okay, that's clearly evident. There's a beer base. Just a simple beer base. Tastes like lager to me, but maybe some barley malt and some corn grits, like yellow corn grits. So bitterness, 0 out of 5 hop cones. Sweetness, 2 out of 5 sugar cubes. And I was looking on the ingredients for those Del Dixies, and they did contain high fructose corn syrup. And then I checked other brands, Classic and so forth, high fructose corn syrup, same thing. One brand from Germany used fructose syrup and gluten syrup from wheat. I said, didn't know you could get a sweetener from wheat. Sugar from wheat. I said, learn something every day. Okay. Body's medium. Finish is mostly dry. Tart units. It has some tartness. Tart / sourness in a sense. I'll say 2 out of 5 warheads. But the heat takes the lead, so I don't know what the video reviews say for it. I haven't watched them yet, so couldn't tell you. Although I think John told me he hated them all. That's why he sent them to me, but I assume he wouldn't like it. But the written reviews are positive, so it's a novelty. We get that. Even the pickle company is sort of like says it, it's like, try a pickle beer, but they don't detail each flavor. They're just showing pickle beer, and if you click it, it takes you to Martin House, and then they don't talk about this on their website. So I don't even know why they put a link. Maybe just so you can look at what Martin House does. It's becoming very cloudy. I hope that means rain's on the way, because we haven't got much rain since May 15th. We're in a terrible drought. We're under a burn ban for months now. They've had terrible swamp fires, marsh fires, really, in the marshland, see around here, that are causing bad wrecks because it gets interacted with the fog and people are blinded on the highway. They had a very fatal smash up with 175 cars on Interstate 55. I mean, some might have been very minor or had minor damage, but they counted them in the number. But some were totally destroyed and burned up. People burned up. 7 killed. Then another wreck 2 days ago on Interstate 10. No injuries from what I understand, but a lot of car damage. Okay, enough of the weather report. Score is an A. To me, it's an A. It's like, it's not a beer you would want to really drink it. Like, say, I'm gonna have a beer. We're not gonna drink Bloody Mary pickle beer. I doubt. But as a novelty, you bring some to a party, or y'all watching a football game and say, y'all want to try something crazy? Some people would say, no way, I'm not trying it. And some might do it. And it'd be fun, crazy thing like that. Or like you'd bring a peanut butter whiskey to that kind of event. It's not like something you'd normally drink. You just say, let's try this peanut butter whiskey. What? Like something crazy. Anyway, so as a novelty beer, which is what it is, a flavored malt beverage, I'm going to go in A, 94 out of 100, 9.4 out of 10, 4 out of 10. I highly recommend it for that. I wish it would come to Louisiana. Well, we got their pickles, the Del Dixie line, so come on in with the beer. And I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Fort Worth, Texas, tour the Pickle Emporium, which they have there from Best Maid, and then go might be in the same part of town, and take a Martin House brewery tour.